Kohala Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, or GMS for short. This is where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also Shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I am of that number. All right, this video is going to be a reading of Revelation, the 18th chapter, in the 1611 edition King James. All right, this chapter speaks of Babylon the Great. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. Lord willing, we're going to do a few readings of this chapter. One in the NLT also, and then another in the Good News translation. Okay. All right. Now, what is Babylon the Great? Or where is Babylon the Great? Babylon the Great is known by most of the world, is known by all of the world as America. Okay? We know it as, and we in this truth know it as Babylon the Great. All right? Also, the future site of the lake of fire. Okay? So, filter what we just said here through the scriptures. All right? No, the word America does not appear in the scriptures, but America is in the scriptures. All right? When Satan tempted our Lord Yahweh Shai, all right, he was shown all the kingdoms. Okay? So people would think that one of the greatest empires or nations on this earth would not be in the scriptures. All right, this thing tells of the past, the present, and the future. All right. Okay. So filter all this through the scriptures. Filter yourself through these scriptures also. Okay. So let's go ahead and get to reading this Revelation chapter 18. Again, this is in the King James 1611. Okay. All right. We're going to do a brief summary and then we'll get to reading. All right. It reads, Babylon is fallen. The people of God commanded to depart out of her. All right. The kings of the earth with the merchants and mariners lament over her. The saints rejoice for the judgments of God upon her. Okay, what's going to come to this country, what is coming to this country is further following what prophecy says it has in store. So we rejoice in the word of the Lord, all right? So, let's go ahead and read this. It reads, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage for every unclean and hateful bird. All right, let's go back to chapter 14 in verse 8 of Revelation. All right. This is chapter 14 and verse 8. It reads, "And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city." All right, Babylon the Great. Okay. "Because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." Okay, all these philosophies over here, all these beliefs, all right, all these laws, all right, all the things that America pushes on the world, all right, being the capital of Idumea, all right, nowadays, and being Babylon the Great. Again, Babylon, Babel, right, that word goes back to confusion, and this is the land of great confusion. We mentioned this in another lesson that in this day, it is so much confusion in this land that it is a valid question, what is a woman? How is that a valid question unless you are in Babylon the Great? All right, these are the times. These are the last days, man. Okay. All right. Back to Revelation 18 and now verse 3. "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth were waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." All right, you took a hold of this whore, all right, and you followed her philosophies and got rich off of them and fell furthermore into drunkenness with her. All right. Okay. Verse 4. "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." Now, who would listen to this? It said this in the verse, "Come out of her, my people." All right. Not even all Israel is taking heed to these scriptures. All right. This is only for the remnant and the elect. And this is another descriptor of said people. All right. We are going to come out of her, not physically, all right, but out of the ways. All right. We are no longer drunk off of her teaching, or and we never, and we are coming out of committing fornication with her. Okay. All right. We don't care about being waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. We're no longer taking part or taking heed to the teachings of this place. This place is wicked, man. All right. And thus the world is wicked. All right. You have fallen under her spell. Okay. And we are looking to not participate, all right, in her sins anymore. And we surely are not looking forward to taking part in the plagues that are going to come upon her. All right. That fire. All right. That fire and brimstone. Okay. Verse 5 of Revelation 18. "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double." All right, you're going to get what you deserve, even double. All right. Verse 7. "How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her." All right, so as much as you've rejoiced in all the wicked things you have done, all right, these things are going to come back. All right, these things are going to come back on you. All right, "For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. All right, we just read Isaiah 47. Let's go back here and get a precept from Isaiah chapter 47. Okay. Isaiah 47 and verse 8. It says, Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. These people's pride, this country's pride as a whole, is reaching up to heaven, man. All right, y'all think y'all just not going to be touched. Okay? You believe in the leaders of this place. You believe in the wicked and Esau Edom. But he ain't going to do anything but drop you off, even if you are another Edomite. If you are not on the level with the top of your people, you done for too. These people done lied to everybody, all right, including their own, all right, set you up for failure, okay, and in turn they are going to fall very far and very quickly, all right. All right, I'm gonna go on and read Isaiah 47 and 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. All right, the whole world is drunk off of her philosophies, man, off of her ways. Okay. All right. For example, who did the Lord make a covenant with the rainbow? All right. What is that thing supposed to be a sign of? All right. And who has it been given to? And who pushes this thing? Okay. Babylon the Great. All right. Especially on, well, they pick and choose who they push it on. All right. But they want this thing to be worldwide, global. All right. Let's see. Where are we at now? Okay. Verse 8 of Revelation 18. It says, Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. All right, Yahweh, Bahoshem, Yahweh Shai. All right. Verse 9, And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. All right, everybody's going to be shocked and taken aback by this, except for the ones who are taking heed to this truth. All right, we knew it was coming. Okay, we knew it was coming. We know now what is in your future. All right. Verse 10 of Revelation 18. It reads, Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth, hey, the Lord said it's going to take an hour, all right, to destroy this place. Okay? All right, let me see. All right, verse 11, it says, And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Okay? Everybody gets rich over in this place, man. The people who sell to America are going to be upset. Who else are going to buy the things that they were selling over here? All right, they're going to be weeping. Okay. Verse 12. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and of iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. All right, that's what this place is known for, man. All of that. And slaves too, and souls of men. I'm trying to think of when I heard this before. All right, there's a district in New York, and I can't think of, it's called the something district, where you can buy all of these things. I cannot think of what it is, but you can buy all of this in one place in NY. All right, and I cannot think of the name of it, man. Man, it's called the something district, and I can't think of it. If y'all think of it, you can probably put it on the comment board. Uh, verse 14. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. Oh, it almost came back to me, man. Yeah, I don't know. All right. So you're no longer going to find these things in here. You're not going to find anything over here. All right. This place is about to get done dirty. All right. Righteously, though. Okay. Verse 15 of Revelation 18. The merchants of of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. All right, everybody else, these other lands on earth, everyone is going to know what happened to this place. All right, you're going to be able to see the smoke of its torment. All right, what about the people on the other side of the world? How are they going to see the torment of this place? How are they going to see the destruction of this place? All right, what do you think happens now when something happens in another place? It gets put on these screens, man. News travels. All right, and bad news is going to beat this place back home. Okay. Oh, it almost came to me again. The something district. Anyway, um, so again, verse 15. I'll read that again. Revelation 18 and 15. The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple, and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones, and pearls. All right, she looked beautiful. Everybody wondered at this whore, man. All right. Let me see. Verse 17, it says, For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster, and all the company in ships, and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto that great city. All right, people going to be upset about this place going down. All right, a lot of riches were got from this place, man. A lot of filthy riches. Verse 19, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that bad ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. Okay, so were those prophets of the past over here in America? All right, they weren't, but they are now. All right, some of them are here now. Okay, some of them were done dirty over here, man, and the Lord is going to avenge them. What I mean is, reincarnation is biblical. All right, Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. Let's get this really quick. I think it's called the Garment District. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Okay? So the souls of the prophets were reincarnated back down here. All right? And are over here prophesying. Okay? All right, let's see. Let's see, where are we? Okay. I'll do verse 20 again. Revelation 18 and 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall thou great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Now, this is just me speaking as a man, but it reminds me, that voice puts me in mind of the teachers, all right, that have been put in front of me. All right, we have been telling you and putting this place on notice, all right, that by violence have you gotten your gain, and by violence are you going to be taken out. Okay, this great city. Okay, you're going to be thrown down. All right. Okay, the truth. The truth was put here amongst all these other philosophies, amongst all these people, and it was brought to light. Okay. Verse 22. Verse 22 of Revelation 18, it reads, And the voice of the harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman, or whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. All right, no people. All right, no working, no nothing. Okay. Verse 23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by the sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. All right, this is what you have coming, Babylon the Great. All right, AKA or BKA to the world, America. All right. So, Lord willing, we'll do a couple more readings. Again, the NLT and then the Good News Translation, Lord willing. We'll put those under the scope and see how they hold up when it comes to this truth. Okay? So, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Quadash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, or GMS for short. This is where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. All right, and also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I am of that number, and Lord willing, we will see you in the next video. Shalom.